It's a very real privilege to talk with you. My name is Ron Holt. I'm the Reverend Ron Holt, and I'm a minister in the Uniting Church. Presently, I'm assistant minister at the Sandgate Uniting Parish, and also I'm a part-time chaplain, assistant chaplain of the Sunshine Coast Grammar School, where I live half of the week. My wife and I live in a unit provided by them. And so I'm having a wonderful time, even though I'm 70 years of age, in these two areas of ministry. And then I'm chaplain in many areas, including one of the chaplains of the Freemasons home at Sandgate, where I go to conduct chapel and do pastoral work and counselling and all that kind of thing. But yes, so that's what I'm doing presently. I won't go through the history of my life. This is the Grand Temple in which I was initiated in one of its lodge rooms in 1969 when I was 29. I was already an ordained minister when I became a Freemason. And Freemasonry is a fellowship of men. It has associate chapters which are for women, the Order of the Eastern Star, Job's Daughters for the girls, Rainbows for the girls, and another organisation called Demolays for the young people, for the boys. But Freemasonry is a fellowship that is based on spiritual and moral symbolic things, like the square and compass and other things which are used. And largely, a lot of its ceremony arises from the building of the Temple of King Solomon in Jerusalem. And it traces its background in that direction. But there is nothing evil about it whatsoever at all. It's had a history of all kinds of responses, but so has the church. But no, Freemasonry is a wonderfully strong charitable institution, and it's based on the virtues of charity and its related actions. In Queensland, we've raised quite a lot, millions, for charities, including the Leukemia Foundation. And we've started a chair of geriatric medicine in cooperation with the University of Queensland, which is working in the geriatric wards of the Princess Alexandra Hospital. All kinds of things that that the Masons are involved in. There are some people who do think that, but it's against our principles to be tied up with any particular religion or any religious denomination. Here tonight and this afternoon at the ceremony, there were Jewish men, there were Greek Orthodox men here. One of our past masters is a Greek Orthodox, very active member of the Greek Orthodox Church. And there would have been a Hindu here tonight. And then there are other religions involved. The first 3 degrees, of course, are entirely spiritual in a common way that can be adapted to all religions. So long as you believe in the Supreme Being, that there is the God who is our Creator and who dwells with us and not only beyond us. And also, it has 33 degrees in it, because that's how many years Jesus lived on the face of the earth. And so many of our degrees are Christian degrees. And there was a time when some of the other religions who were involved in Freemasonry felt that they couldn't be in those because they were Christian degrees. But now we find that people of other religions even come into those and simply take the teachings of Jesus as being some of their foundation for living. His teachings about relationships, the way we should treat one another and care for one another and all of that kind of thing. So, yes. Because this is a ceremony which is not hidden at all from people. And you would have seen in the ceremony the use of the scripture. The volume of the sacred law is given its utmost respect. All of the promises are made in relation to that, and in asking for the help of God, so help me God. And the man who was installed tonight is a very devout Christian man. He's an Anglican. He's a very devout Christian man, is Adrian Burton. And he's a man who carries the principles of Freemasonry into a very humble but very sincere action in his life. I've known him for years, and I was so thrilled that even though I haven't been to a Grand Lodge meeting for ages, though I used to be one of the Grand Chaplains, I came tonight because I wanted to be here to support Adrian when he was put into the chair. Yes. I see Freemasonry having a few challenges at the moment, and it will depend on the Freemasons themselves making themselves clear and understood to the community, to the church, to everything. Freemasons are in something the same position as church organisations like the Boys Brigade and the Girls Brigade, and community organisations like the Girl Guides and the Scouts, with a lack of leadership, a lack of willingness to get a blue card and to really study leadership in a way that's acceptable to the whole community. And because there's this lack of commitment, that's why we're finding that our leadership is challenged in many ways. There are some lodges where we're getting pockets of young people involved. There are some that have lots of young people keeping them going. And then there are others we have to close down or combine with other lodges because they're getting old. I'm one of the young people in the lodge to which I belong to at the moment at Sandgate. It's called the Bramble Bay Daylight Lodge, and I'm the organist of that. And though there are 2 or 3 younger than me in it, I'm one of the youngest ones, and I'm 70. But they go up to, some of them who are our leaders in that, the director of ceremonies, 90 years of age, still doing the wonderful ceremony work and still coming with some energy into it. But no, it's a wonderful fellowship of people from all faiths and philosophies, and I think Christians would do well to at least be represented in some way in the lodge and its related chapters that the women belong to. Yes.